What's going on, peeps? Cardboard Apothecary here with another build. This one is a standard brew. It is Bant, blue, white, green, and the theme is cats. So let's go ahead and get into it. The meat of this build is going to be Irabo, Curiosity, Regal, and Sky Knight Squire. If you have a Sky Knight Squire on the board early and you're able to pop things like Irabo and Regal, it really can get away from your opponents because it gets +1/+1 for each creature that hits the board on your side. So it can quickly become a 3/3 or a 4/4, and then once it has 3 of them, it becomes a flyer as well. So something like Irabo can immediately take Sky Knight to a 4/4. It wouldn't be a flyer yet because it would be lacking one more counter. But I mean, a 4/4 on turn 3 is pretty good. And then if you're able to pop out a Hunter or a Curiosity or Kutzel, then it has that extra one to be a flyer. Regal can take Sky Knight from 1/1 to 5/5 in one turn because it gives +1/+1, and then it also spawns 2 tokens. So that's 3 counters for the 3 creatures that hit, +1/+1 for the Regal's first ability, and then it also gives it lifelink. So this brew really succeeds against most builds. I've taken it all the way to Diamond, high level Diamond actually. I haven't quite made it to Mythic with it yet, but I also haven't devoted a lot of time to getting it to Mythic, so that's part of it. Then I have Summon Fenrir in here just to help with the mana, because a lot of these cards are 5 mana, like Regal or Elspeth. If you're running more removal from my sideboard, like Beyond the Quiet, Ultimate, things like that. But yeah, so really, whenever I sideboard, I usually take out Helpful Hunter, Summon Fenrir. I might take out a copy of Elspeth, and I usually add in more control. Like, so say I win round 1, and then the opponent wins round 2, or vice versa. Usually what I sideboard are those cards, and then I pop in more control. So I'll pop in more counter spells, more board wipes, and just go from there, and it usually succeeds. As far as the rest of the build goes, Kutzel's a good card because whenever you have a creature with power greater than its base power and it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So with Irabo and Regal, as well as Sky Knight getting counters, it's really easy to get that card draw. And he also keeps opponents from casting spells during your turn, which is nice. Then I just have other things like Day of Judgment, Split Up, Getaway Glamour, and Hide on the Ceiling. Glamour's a 2-for-1, and you can use it for removal of a strong creature. You can also use it for protection of your creature by exiling. Same with Hide on the Ceiling as far as protection by exiling. You can also exile the opponent's creatures if you have enough mana, and then you have a free swing on them. Then I run things like Long River's Pull, Negate, No More Lies. Pinnacle Starcage, Seam Rip for those early, those decks that really pop off early with like Llanowar Elves or Mono Red or something like that. Even Mono Black with things like Cecil, being able to get rid of them with Pinnacle Starcage and Seam Rip. It's pretty convenient. And then Sheltered by Ghosts helps with the lifelink, because sometimes this deck doesn't get going right away, but it has enough lifelink long term via Sheltered by Ghosts and Regal giving your other cat creatures lifelink that you're able to get that life back. And a lot of times builds like Mono Black or Mono Red, they may be putting damage on you the whole game, and then you're able to get this lifelink out there, and a lot of times they'll just quit on the spot. I'm not going to touch the lands, but that's pretty much it. It's a fun brew. I really enjoy it, and especially if I'm able to get an Elspeth out there and then pop out a Regal, which admittedly takes a couple turns and it takes 5 mana on board, but then you're getting 4 cat tokens at a time with Elspeth and Regal because of the doubling. You could also run the other, token doublers if you want to. I've kind of given it a try with those, and I didn't really like the flow, but that's definitely an option you could go with. You could also go other colors. I find if you're trying to stick with the cat theme, blue, white, green is the best combo. Excuse me. But there are other cats out there, or you could just go blue, white. You could go white, green as well, but then you lose Enduring Curiosity and your counter spells, which I love my counter spells. Hate me all you want. They're very clutch at high level rankings. So that's about it. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.